A tearful goodbye is near. Your daughter has been carrying this alone. Watch fast and scroll, listen to this, because this message didn't drift into your life by accident and your heart needs this right now. And if you're hearing these words, it's because something tender has been waiting for your attention, something quiet and heavy that love has been carrying without asking for permission to rest. Listen to this, because the universe has a way of tapping us on the shoulder when the heart has grown tired of whispering, and today that tap is gentle but urgent, not to frighten you, not to accuse you, but to invite you into a moment that can change everything. Don't scroll, this message is for you, because somewhere between everyday routines and unspoken worries, your daughter has been holding emotions she didn't know how to place, strength she learned to wear too early, and questions she didn't want to burden you with, and your heart needs this right now because love doesn't always announce itself with noise, sometimes it waits in silence hoping to be noticed. Listen to this, when a child learns to carry things alone, it's not because they don't trust love, it's because they don't want to disrupt it, and that kind of care is beautiful and heartbreaking at the same time. Don't scroll, because the phrase, a tearful goodbye, doesn't always mean distance or loss. Sometimes it means the end of holding it all inside, the moment when tears finally become words. And your heart needs this right now because release is the doorway to healing. Listen to this, the universe is not warning you of an ending meant to break you, it's preparing you for a moment meant to soften you, to slow you down long enough to feel what's been quietly waiting to be felt. Don't scroll, this message is for you because timing matters, and lately the signs have been aligning in subtle ways, like repeating numbers showing up when you think about family, or songs appearing at just the right moment, or that sudden ache in your chest that isn't fear but recognition, and your heart needs this right now because recognition awakens compassion. Listen to this, angel numbers don't shout danger, they whisper reassurance. They say you're not late, you're right on time. Don't scroll, spiritual awakening doesn't always arrive with light and celebration, sometimes it arrives with tenderness, with the realization that love has layers you haven't explored yet, and your heart needs this right now because awareness deepens connection. Listen to this, when the universe highlights a relationship, it's not to point out failure, it's to offer an opportunity for closeness that's been waiting patiently. Don't scroll, your daughter's strength may have looked like independence, quiet resilience, or maturity beyond her years, but underneath that strength was a hope that someone would notice without being asked, and your heart needs this right now because noticing is an act of love. Listen to this, love doesn't require perfection, it requires presence. Don't scroll, soulmate energy isn't only romantic, it exists in bonds that shape who we are, in relationships that teach us how to give and receive care, and your heart needs this right now because family bonds carry destiny-level lessons. Listen to this, destiny isn't about control, it's about choice. Don't scroll, this message invites you to choose gentleness, to choose listening over fixing, to choose curiosity over assumption, because your heart needs this right now and so does hers. Listen to this, healing conversations don't begin with answers, they begin with space. Don't scroll, the universe has been preparing you for this moment by softening your defenses, by reminding you of moments when you wished someone had noticed your own quiet struggles, and your heart needs this right now because empathy bridges distance. Listen to this, empathy doesn't judge, it understands. Don't scroll, signs from the universe may intensify around emotional crossroads, not to pressure you, but to support you, and your heart needs this right now because support strengthens courage. Listen to this, courage isn't loud, it's steady. Don't scroll, this message isn't telling you that something terrible is about to happen, it's telling you that something important wants to be acknowledged. And your heart needs this right now because acknowledgement heals what silence couldn't. Listen to this, silence doesn't mean absence of love, it often means an abundance of care waiting for expression. Don't scroll. Spiritual guidance often arrives when love is ready to grow into a deeper form, one that includes vulnerability, honesty, and mutual understanding, and your heart needs this right now because growth renews bonds. Listen to this: bonds don't weaken when truth enters, they strengthen. Don't scroll. The tearful goodbye being hinted at is the goodbye to misunderstandings, to assumptions, to the idea that everyone is okay just because they look strong, and your heart needs this right now because letting go of illusions makes room for real connection. Listen to this: real connection feels relieving, not overwhelming. Don't scroll. The universe is gently asking you to slow down, to look beyond behavior and into emotion, to remember that love speaks in many languages, and your heart needs this right now because translation brings closeness. Listen to this: closeness grows where listening lives. Don't scroll. Angelic guidance often appears as intuition nudging you to reach out, to ask one more question, to offer one more hug. And your heart needs this right now because small gestures carry immense power. Listen to this: power doesn't always look dramatic, sometimes it looks like presence. Don't scroll. Your daughter's journey is not one of isolation, it's one of resilience, and your heart needs this right now because resilience deserves recognition, not assumption. Listen to this: recognition validates effort. Don't scroll. This message invites you into a sacred pause, a moment to breathe, to reflect, to prepare your heart for honesty without fear, because your heart needs this right now and honesty doesn't have to hurt to heal. Listen to this: healing can be gentle. Don't scroll. The universe is not asking you to rush or force anything, it's inviting you to be open, to let conversation unfold naturally, to trust that love knows how to find its way when space is made for it, and your heart needs this right now because trust steadies emotion. Listen to this: steadiness creates safety. Don't scroll. As you stay with this message, notice the mix of tenderness and resolve settling in, the sense that something meaningful is near, not because something is ending, but because something is ready to be shared, and your heart needs this right now because sharing lightens the load. Listen to this: lightness follows truth. Don't scroll. This moment is not about blame or regret, it's about awareness and choice, the choice to meet emotion with compassion, to meet silence with listening, and your heart needs this right now because choice shapes destiny. Listen to this: destiny responds to love. Don't scroll. Stay present with this feeling, because the story isn't finished yet, and what comes next will gently reveal how this awareness can become connection, how understanding can become comfort, and how love can step forward without fear. So stay here, don't scroll, because the universe is still speaking and your heart is ready to listen. Don't scroll. Stay with this, because what unfolds next is not meant to rush you but to hold you, and your heart needs this right now as much as it did a moment ago, because awareness is only the first doorway and what comes after is where meaning settles. Listen to this: the quiet strength your daughter has been showing didn't grow from nowhere, it grew from love, from watching, from learning when to speak and when to stay still, and sometimes children learn stillness too well, mistaking it for safety. And your heart needs this right now because safety is not silence, it is being seen. Don't scroll. This message is for you because the universe knows when love is ready to evolve, and evolution rarely happens in noise, it happens in moments like this, where emotion softens defenses and invites truth to step forward. Listen to this: the signs you've been noticing aren't coincidences, they're confirmations, little reminders that you're not alone in navigating this moment. And your heart needs this right now because reassurance steadies intention. Don't scroll. When angel numbers repeat or familiar memories surface unexpectedly, it's not to overwhelm you, it's to guide you gently toward presence, toward noticing what has been quietly waiting. Listen to this: your daughter hasn't been carrying pain because she lacked support, she's been carrying it because she didn't want to add weight to anyone else's shoulders. And your heart needs this right now because understanding transforms perspective. Don't scroll. Transformation doesn't require dramatic gestures, it begins with listening without interrupting, with curiosity instead of assumption, and your heart needs this right now because patience builds trust. Listen to this, trust grows when someone feels safe enough to speak without fear of being corrected or minimized. Don't scroll. This message is for you because the universe recognizes your capacity for compassion, even if you've been busy or tired or unsure how to start, and your heart needs this right now because compassion renews connection. Listen to this, soulmate energy shows up where souls have agreed to grow together, and family bonds often carry the deepest soul contracts of all, teaching us how to love without conditions. Don't scroll. Spiritual awakening doesn't only happen through meditation or solitude, it happens through relationships, through moments where love asks us to be present in a new way, and your heart needs this right now because presence is powerful. Listen to this, power in love is not control, it's openness. Don't scroll. The universe is inviting you to consider that what feels like a heavy moment is actually a sacred one, a turning point where communication can replace guessing, and your heart needs this right now because clarity dissolves anxiety. Listen to this, anxiety thrives in the unknown but softens in understanding. Don't scroll. The tearful goodbye hinted at earlier isn't about separation, it's about releasing the need to be strong all the time, letting vulnerability step into the light, and your heart needs this right now because vulnerability deepens bonds. Listen to this, vulnerability is not weakness, it's courage expressed quietly. Don't scroll. This message is for you because your intuition has already been nudging you, maybe through a sudden urge to check in, a memory resurfacing, or a feeling that something unspoken wants attention, and your heart needs this right now because intuition is a form of guidance. Listen to this, guidance doesn't push, it invites. Don't scroll. The universe is not asking you to solve everything at once, it's asking you to show up with openness, to let conversation unfold naturally, and your heart needs this right now because authenticity invites honesty. Listen to this, honesty doesn't demand answers, it welcomes expression. Don't scroll. When love feels heavy, it's often because it's carrying depth, not because it's broken. And your heart needs this right now because depth enriches connection. Listen to this, enrichment happens when stories are shared, not assumed. Don't scroll. This message is for you because you're capable of holding space, even if you don't always feel certain, and your heart needs this right now because space allows healing. Listen to this, healing doesn't erase the past, it reframes it. Don't scroll. The universe understands timing, and this moment has arrived because readiness has been building quietly on both sides, and your heart needs this right now because readiness invites growth. Listen to this, growth feels uncomfortable before it feels freeing. Don't scroll. Your daughter's journey is not one of isolation but of learning how to balance strength with openness. And your heart needs this right now because balance restores harmony. Listen to this, harmony doesn't mean everything is perfect, it means everything is allowed to be real. Don't scroll. The signs you've seen are gentle confirmations that love is guiding this moment, not fear, and your heart needs this right now because love dissolves resistance. Listen to this, resistance softens when empathy enters. Don't scroll. Empathy begins by listening without planning a response, by letting silence exist without rushing to fill it, and your heart needs this right now because silence can be supportive when it's shared. Listen to this, shared silence communicates care. Don't scroll. The universe is not testing you, it's supporting you, offering insight so you can meet this moment with grace rather than worry. And your heart needs this right now because grace steadies emotion. Listen to this, steadiness invites confidence, don't scroll. Confidence here doesn't mean certainty, it means willingness to be present even when answers aren't clear, and your heart needs this right now because willingness opens doors. Listen to this, doors open where intention meets action. Don't scroll. Action in this moment is gentle, it's an invitation, a question asked with sincerity, a moment shared without distraction, and your heart needs this right now because sincerity builds bridges. Listen to this, bridges connect what silence separated. Don't scroll, the universe is still speaking, reminding you that love evolves through moments like this. And your heart needs this right now because evolution keeps relationships alive. Listen to this, alive relationships breathe, adapt, and grow. Don't scroll, stay with this feeling, because the next step isn't about fixing or rescuing, it's about walking alongside, and your heart needs this right now because togetherness lightens emotional weight. Listen to this, lightness follows connection. Don't scroll, this awareness is settling for a reason, and as you hold it, you'll notice a calm resolve forming, a readiness to listen, to understand, to connect, and your heart needs this right now because readiness transforms moments into memories. Listen to this, memories shaped by compassion become anchors. Don't scroll, the universe hasn't finished guiding you yet, and what comes next will show how this awareness becomes action, how listening becomes healing, and how love finds new depth when given space. So stay here, don't scroll, because this message is still unfolding and your heart is strong enough to receive it. Don't scroll, stay right here, because what you're about to hear isn't meant to frighten you or rush you, it's meant to steady you, to place a hand on your heart and say listen to this message is for you, and your heart needs this right now, because after awareness comes responsibility, and after responsibility comes the chance to love more deeply than before. Don't scroll, the universe is still speaking, and it's speaking softly now, not with alarms but with invitations, because real change doesn't shout, it whispers, and your heart needs this right now to hear what's been waiting patiently. Listen to this, your daughter's strength didn't disappear when she chose silence, it transformed into endurance, and endurance often looks calm from the outside while it feels heavy on the inside. And your heart needs this right now to recognize that quiet does not mean okay. Don't scroll, this message is for you because the timing is intentional, and intention is how divine guidance shows up when love is ready to move forward. Listen to this, spiritual awakening isn't always bright and sudden, sometimes it's tender and slow, arriving through empathy, through noticing, through a willingness to sit with feelings without trying to fix them. And your heart needs this right now because sitting with truth builds trust. Don't scroll, trust isn't rebuilt by explanations, it's rebuilt by presence, by being available without conditions. And your heart needs this right now to understand that availability is love in action. Listen to this, soulmate energy doesn't only appear in romance, it flows through family bonds where souls agreed long ago to teach one another patience, forgiveness, and unconditional care, and your heart needs this right now because recognizing soul contracts reframes conflict as growth. Don't scroll, growth can feel uncomfortable before it feels peaceful, and that discomfort isn't a sign you're doing something wrong, it's a sign you're doing something real. Listen to this. The universe sends signs when readiness aligns, maybe through repeating numbers, unexpected memories, or a sudden ache that doesn't come from pain but from longing to connect, and your heart needs this right now to trust those signs instead of dismissing them. Don't scroll, angel numbers don't demand belief, they invite attention, they gently say slow down, notice this moment, because something meaningful is unfolding. And your heart needs this right now because attention transforms moments into turning points. Listen to this, the idea of a goodbye here isn't about loss, it's about release, releasing the version of love that relied on assumptions, expectations, or silence, and welcoming a version rooted in conversation and understanding, and your heart needs this right now because release creates space. Don't scroll. Space isn't distance, it's room for honesty to breathe. Listen to this. Honesty doesn't always arrive neatly, sometimes it comes in fragments, pauses, or emotions that don't yet have words, and your heart needs this right now to allow expression without pressure. Don't scroll. Pressure closes hearts, patience opens them. Listen to this. Patience doesn't mean waiting forever, it means moving at the pace where safety exists, and your heart needs this right now because safety is the foundation of healing. Don't scroll. Healing doesn't require revisiting every detail of the past, it requires acknowledging its impact and choosing how to move forward with compassion, and your heart needs this right now because compassion dissolves defensiveness. Listen to this. Defensiveness often protects fear, and fear softens when it feels seen. Don't scroll. This message is for you because seeing is more powerful than saying, and your heart needs this right now to recognize that being witnessed is often more healing than being advised. Listen to this. The universe isn't asking you to have perfect words, it's asking you to have an open posture, a listening ear, a willingness to let silence exist without discomfort. And your heart needs this right now because silence can be sacred when shared. Don't scroll. Shared silence communicates safety. It says I'm here, you don't have to perform, and your heart needs this right now because authenticity thrives where performance ends. Listen to this. Authenticity invites reciprocity, and reciprocity strengthens bonds. Don't scroll. The weight your daughter carried alone wasn't a rejection of love, it was an attempt to protect it, to shield others from worry. And your heart needs this right now because understanding intent softens hurt. Listen to this. Softened hurt creates room for empathy, and empathy changes conversations before they even begin. Don't scroll. Conversations shaped by empathy don't seek to win, they seek to understand, and your heart needs this right now because understanding deepens connection. Listen to this. The universe is guiding you toward a moment where listening becomes the bridge between what was unsaid and what can finally be shared. Don't scroll. Stay right here, because what you're feeling now isn't accidental and it didn't arrive to overwhelm you, it arrived to steady you, to say listen to this, this message is for you, and your heart needs this right now, because when emotions rise gently like this it means your spirit is ready to receive what's next. Don't scroll. The universe is still guiding this moment, not with fear or urgency but with quiet clarity, because clarity arrives when love is ready to grow beyond old patterns. Listen to this. The heaviness you've sensed hasn't been about distance, it's been about transition, that in-between space where old ways of connecting no longer fit and new ones are still forming. And your heart needs this right now to understand that transition is not failure, it's evolution. Don't scroll. Evolution doesn't erase the past, it honors it by learning from it, and your heart needs this right now because honoring the past softens resistance to change. Listen to this. The universe often chooses moments of tenderness to invite growth, because tenderness opens doors that force never could. Don't scroll. This message is for you because you're being invited to meet this moment with openness rather than answers, and your heart needs this right now because openness builds bridges. Listen to this. Bridges aren't built all at once, they're built plank by plank, conversation by conversation, moment by moment, and your heart needs this right now because patience sustains connection. Don't scroll. Patience here doesn't mean waiting in silence, it means listening with curiosity, responding with care, and allowing emotions to surface without judgment. Listen to this. Judgment closes hearts, but curiosity opens them, and your heart needs this right now because open hearts invite honesty. Don't scroll. Honesty doesn't demand perfection, it asks for presence, for showing up even when words feel uncertain. And your heart needs this right now because presence communicates safety. Listen to this, safety isn't created by fixing everything, it's created by being willing to sit with what's uncomfortable without turning away. Don't scroll, turning toward discomfort with compassion transforms it, and your heart needs this right now because transformation brings relief. Listen to this, relief doesn't come from avoiding difficult feelings, it comes from allowing them to be acknowledged and shared. Don't scroll, the universe recognizes your capacity to hold space, even if you've doubted yourself, even if you've felt unsure how to begin, and your heart needs this right now because self-trust strengthens intention. Listen to this, intention guides action, and action taken with care reshapes outcomes. Don't scroll, the signs you've been noticing are gentle confirmations that this moment is supported, not rushed, guided, not forced, and your heart needs this right now because reassurance steadies courage. Listen to this, courage here isn't dramatic, it's quiet, it's asking a sincere question, it's listening without interrupting, it's letting emotion exist without trying to manage it. Don't scroll, managing emotions can feel protective, but allowing them creates connection, and your heart needs this right now because connection heals. Listen to this, healing isn't linear, it unfolds in layers, sometimes revisiting familiar feelings with new understanding, and your heart needs this right now because understanding reframes memory. Don't scroll, reframed memories lose their sharp edges, allowing compassion to replace tension. Listen to this, compassion doesn't excuse hurt, it contextualizes it, making room for growth rather than blame. Don't scroll, blame stagnates, but empathy moves relationships forward, and your heart needs this right now because forward movement brings hope. Listen to this, hope isn't blind optimism, it's a quiet confidence that connection can deepen when nurtured. Don't scroll, nurturing connection doesn't require grand gestures. It requires consistency, attentiveness, and sincerity. Listen to this, sincerity is felt more than heard, it shows up in tone, in timing, in the willingness to pause and truly listen. Don't scroll, pausing is powerful, it interrupts old habits and creates space for new responses, and your heart needs this right now because space invites clarity. Listen to this, clarity doesn't arrive with all the answers, it arrives with the right questions. Don't scroll, asking the right questions opens doors to stories that have been waiting to be shared, and your heart needs this right now because stories connect souls. Listen to this, soul connections within families are deep and complex, designed to teach patience, forgiveness, and unconditional care. Don't scroll, unconditional care doesn't mean absence of boundaries, it means presence with respect. And your heart needs this right now because respect strengthens trust. Listen to this, trust grows where words and actions align, where listening leads to understanding rather than defensiveness. Don't scroll, defensiveness fades when people feel heard, and your heart needs this right now because hearing is healing. Listen to this, the idea of a tearful goodbye here isn't about loss, it's about releasing outdated roles, expectations, and assumptions that no longer serve the relationship. Don't scroll, releasing doesn't diminish love, it refines it, allowing it to be expressed more honestly. Listen to this, honesty may feel vulnerable, but vulnerability deepens bonds when met with compassion. Don't scroll, compassion is your strength, even if you haven't always recognized it, and your heart needs this right now because recognizing strengths empowers action. Listen to this, empowered action here is gentle, intentional, and grounded in care. Don't scroll, the universe is still walking with you through this moment, offering reassurance that you're not alone, that guidance is present, and that love is leading. Listen to this, love doesn't rush outcomes, it honors timing. Don't scroll, timing matters, and this moment arrived because readiness has been quietly building on both sides. Listen to this, readiness doesn't mean everything is resolved, it means willingness exists. Don't scroll, Willingness opens the door to meaningful conversation, and your heart needs this right now because conversation transforms relationships. Listen to this: transformation doesn't erase challenges, it equips you to navigate them with greater understanding. Don't scroll. Understanding replaces fear with confidence, and your heart needs this right now because confidence steadies emotion. Listen to this: steady emotion allows thoughtful responses instead of reactive ones. Don't scroll. Reactive patterns belong to the past, and this moment is about choosing differently. Listen to this: choosing differently begins with awareness, continues with intention, and grows through action. Don't scroll. Action taken with love reshapes the future one moment at a time. Listen to this: the future here isn't fixed, it's influenced by how presence meets honesty. Don't scroll. Presence is your anchor, honesty your compass, and compassion your guide. Listen to this: the universe trusts you with this moment because you're capable of meeting it with grace. Don't scroll. Grace doesn't demand perfection, it invites sincerity. Listen to this: sincerity invites healing, and healing invites deeper connection. Don't scroll. This message hasn't finished unfolding, and what comes next will show how awareness becomes movement, how listening becomes understanding, and how love finds renewed strength through presence. So stay here, don't scroll, because your heart is ready for what follows and the universe is still speaking. Don't scroll. Stay with this moment, because what you're feeling now isn't meant to fade quickly, it's meant to settle deeply, to root itself in your awareness and gently reshape how you show up next. So listen to this: this message is for you, and your heart needs this right now because understanding without action is only half the journey. Don't scroll. The universe didn't guide you this far just to leave you wondering what to do. It guided you here so you could feel ready to meet love where it actually lives instead of where you thought it should be. Listen to this: the quiet ache you sometimes carry isn't regret, it's recognition that something meaningful deserves more presence, more listening, more care. And your heart needs this right now because recognition is the beginning of repair. Don't scroll. Repair doesn't imply damage beyond hope, it implies value worth restoring, and your heart needs this right now to remember how deeply love still exists beneath layers of misunderstanding. Listen to this: misunderstandings don't form overnight, they accumulate in silence, in missed moments, in conversations postponed because timing never felt right, and your heart needs this right now because timing has shifted. Don't scroll. The universe adjusts timing when readiness appears, and readiness is showing itself through your willingness to listen, to stay present, to let emotion rise without pushing it away. Listen to this: pushing emotions away doesn't make them disappear, it just makes them wait, and your heart needs this right now because waiting emotions grow heavier with time. Don't scroll. Allowing them space now lightens the future. Listen to this: your daughter's quiet strength wasn't meant to isolate her, it was meant to protect what mattered most, including you, and your heart needs this right now because intention matters. Don't scroll. Intention doesn't erase impact, but it softens the path toward understanding, and your heart needs this right now because understanding heals without blame. Listen to this: blame freezes growth, but empathy melts barriers, allowing honesty to surface gently. Don't scroll. Honesty often begins with small truths, not dramatic confessions, and your heart needs this right now because small truths are easier to hold. Listen to this: holding space doesn't require perfect words, it requires genuine attention, a willingness to hear without planning a response, and your heart needs this right now because attention communicates care. Don't scroll. Care is felt most when it's consistent, when it shows up even in quiet moments, and your heart needs this right now because consistency builds trust. Listen to this: trust isn't rebuilt by promises, it's rebuilt by presence, by showing that listening isn't temporary, it's a choice. Don't scroll. choosing to listen again and again creates safety, and safety invites openness. Listen to this, openness doesn't always come easily, especially for someone who learned to carry emotions alone, and your heart needs this right now because patience supports openness. Don't scroll. Patience here isn't passive, it's active listening, gentle reassurance, and steady availability. Listen to this, availability doesn't mean constant conversation, it means emotional accessibility. The sense that someone can speak without being dismissed or rushed. Don't scroll. Being emotionally accessible is a gift, and your heart needs this right now because giving it strengthens bonds. Listen to this, the universe often asks us to give what we once needed ourselves, because that's how cycles heal. Don't scroll. Healing cycles doesn't erase history, it transforms its influence. Listen to this, transformation doesn't arrive with fireworks, it arrives with quiet shifts in tone, timing, and response, and your heart needs this right now because subtle changes have lasting impact. Don't scroll. Lasting impact comes from moments repeated with care, not from one perfect conversation. Listen to this, pressure to get it right can silence authenticity. And your heart needs this right now because authenticity deepens connection. Don't scroll. Being authentic means admitting uncertainty, acknowledging feelings without labeling them right or wrong. Listen to this, feelings don't need validation to exist, they need acknowledgement. Don't scroll. Acknowledgement says I see you, I hear you, I'm here, and your heart needs this right now because those words heal more than advice. Listen to this, advice can wait, connection cannot. Don't scroll. The universe is guiding you to prioritize connection over control, presence over perfection. Listen to this, control often grows from fear, but presence grows from love, and your heart needs this right now because love steadies fear. Don't scroll. Steadiness doesn't mean lack of emotion, it means emotional grounding, the ability to stay present even when feelings rise. Listen to this, grounding happens when you breathe, listen, and resist the urge to fix immediately. Don't scroll. Fixing too quickly can unintentionally dismiss what needs to be felt. Listen to this, feeling precedes healing. Don't scroll. Healing unfolds when emotions are allowed to be named and shared without judgment. Listen to this, naming emotions gives them shape, making them easier to understand and release. Don't scroll. Release here isn't forgetting, it's letting go of the weight that no longer serves. Listen to this, the weight your daughter carried wasn't meant to be permanent, and your heart needs this right now because shared weight feels lighter. Don't scroll. Sharing weight requires trust, and trust grows when listening feels safe. Listen to this, safety isn't built by avoiding difficult topics, it's built by approaching them with compassion. Don't scroll. Compassion listens even when it feels uncomfortable. Listen to this. Discomfort doesn't signal danger, it signals growth. Don't scroll. Growth often feels tender before it feels empowering. Listen to this. Empowerment comes when voices are heard and valued. Don't scroll. Valuing someone's experience doesn't mean agreeing with every detail, it means honoring their perspective. Listen to this, honoring perspective deepens respect, and respect strengthens relationships. Don't scroll. Respect shown consistently creates emotional security. Listen to this. Security allows love to express itself more freely. Don't scroll. Freely expressed love doesn't fear vulnerability. Listen to this. Vulnerability invites closeness when met with care. Don't scroll. Care expressed through listening builds resilience. Listen to this. Resilience here doesn't mean toughness, it means adaptability, the ability to adjust responses with understanding. Don't scroll. Understanding changes everything quietly. Listen to this. Quiet change is still change, and often the most lasting kind. Don't scroll. The universe values these quiet shifts, these moments of intention turning into action. Listen to this. Action guided by empathy reshapes future interactions. Don't scroll, the future isn't fixed, it's influenced by what you choose now. Listen to this. Choosing presence today alters the emotional landscape tomorrow. Don't scroll, emotional landscapes soften when compassion leads. Listen to this. Compassion doesn't ask for perfection, it asks for sincerity. Don't scroll, sincerity is already present in your willingness to stay with this message. Listen to this. Staying present now prepares you for what comes next. Don't scroll, what comes next isn't a dramatic ending, it's a meaningful continuation. Listen to this. Continuation means growth remains possible. Don't scroll, possibility thrives where openness lives. Listen to this. Openness is your guide forward. Don't scroll, the universe isn't finished guiding you yet, and the next unfolding will show how these insights translate into real moments, real conversations, and deeper connection. So stay here, don't scroll, because this journey is still moving and your heart is strong enough to walk it with care. Don't scroll, stay right here until the very end, because this moment is not asking for fear or panic, it's asking for presence. And listen to this. This message is for you, and your heart needs this right now more than you realize, because endings don't always come to take something away. Sometimes they arrive to release what's been silently hurting so something gentler can finally begin. Don't scroll, the universe has been guiding you through every step of this awareness for a reason, not to overwhelm you, but to prepare you, because preparation is how love shows up before transformation. Listen to this. The phrase, tearful goodbye, was never meant to signal loss, it was meant to signal release. The release of carrying everything alone, the release of unspoken pain, the release of pretending everything is fine when something inside has been aching for understanding, and your heart needs this right now because release is the doorway to peace. Don't scroll, peace doesn't arrive suddenly, it settles gradually when truth is allowed to breathe. And listen to this, truth here isn't about blame or guilt, it's about honesty, the kind that says I see you now, I hear you now, I'm here now. Don't scroll, this message is for you because you are being invited into a moment of reconnection that will change the emotional direction of what comes next. Listen to this. Reconnection doesn't always look like dramatic conversations or perfect words, sometimes it looks like a quiet moment where listening replaces explaining, where empathy replaces defense, and your heart needs this right now because empathy softens what silence hardened. Don't scroll, silence wasn't your enemy, it was a signal, and now that signal has been heard. Listen to this, the universe doesn't repeat messages unless they matter. And the fact that you're still here means you're ready to respond differently. Don't scroll, responding differently doesn't require you to have all the answers, it requires you to show up with sincerity, to let your presence say what words cannot yet form, and your heart needs this right now because presence heals more than promises. Listen to this, healing doesn't erase the past, it transforms how the past lives inside the present. And your heart needs this right now because transformation brings relief. Don't scroll, relief comes when weight is shared, when emotional burdens are no longer carried in isolation. And listen to this, the strength your daughter showed was never meant to replace connection, it was meant to survive until connection could return. Don't scroll, connection is returning now, gently, intentionally, because the universe moves at the speed of readiness, not urgency. Listen to this, readiness doesn't mean perfection, it means willingness, and willingness is already here. Don't scroll, the signs you noticed, the feelings that surfaced, the timing of this message, none of it is random, it's alignment, and your heart needs this right now because alignment steadies fear. Listen to this, fear fades when love leads, and love is leading this moment even if it feels tender. Don't scroll, tenderness isn't weakness, it's truth coming closer to the surface. Listen to this, truth doesn't ask to be fixed, it asks to be honored. don't scroll. Honoring truth means listening without interrupting, without minimizing, without rushing toward solutions, and your heart needs this right now because honoring truth rebuilds trust. Listen to this, trust isn't rebuilt in one conversation, it's rebuilt through consistency, through showing up again and again with the same care. Don't scroll. Care shown consistently creates emotional safety, and safety allows honesty to unfold naturally. Listen to this, honesty doesn't arrive all at once, it arrives in layers, in pauses, in emotions that may not yet have names. And your heart needs this right now because patience makes room for expression. Don't scroll. Patience here is not passive, it's active listening, steady availability, and gentle reassurance. Listen to this, reassurance doesn't mean everything will be easy.